Get you through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hayesy on Nova.
Goes through the depths, front row to the Rachele show.
Jelly on the deli, eating jelly on the belly. Flying through the valley, singing Nelly with the jelly.
Please welcome to the show, Josh Rachele.
Rachele, rush in a flash.
Jodes, we've always said this, Fridays start the right way when Josh Rachele is in the studio. There he is.
Welcome, Josh.
Good morning, guys.
It's always nice when you come off a showdown win. No.
It is. It makes it a lot easier too.
Yeah. What were the celebrations like? Short-lived?
They were. We had to move on pretty quickly, but it was a great win, especially for our fellow mate, Rory Slane. And we had debutant Dan Curtin and Matt Crouch 150th. So there was a few things going on. So it was a good win for those boys.
Can I ask Rory Sloane, Tex Walker, greatest bromance of all time?
Yeah, it's up there, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
I'd tell you what, it will eventually maybe even pass that bromance. It's probably going to be Josh Rachele and Jake Saligo.
Okay.
Because that's pretty strong.
Is it?
From what we're seeing in the early days.
How much time are you two spending together away from the club?
A lot. We live together, so...
Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it.
Don't have a choice.
Does he have any habits at home that you find a little bit irritating or annoying?
There's some disgusting things that go on. We actually live with Luke Nankervis too, so he's another part of the bromance, the trio. Yeah, we share a toilet together, so I won't go into too many details about that. But
Goodness me.
you can just imagine.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? Anyway, let's just move on into what was an interesting situation during the week.
Yeah.
Big screen at training with some showdown highlights. What exactly was going on? Can you lift the lid on this, please?
Yeah, the media were quoting that we're watching the highlights from the game and just celebrating that, which was completely wrong.
Strange that a bunch of the Crows players were eating popcorn while these things were going on.
Yeah.
I
A couple of beanbags.
I don't even think we watched it once, to be honest. We were too busy training. But yeah, to tell everyone, we were just watching some contested stuff that was going on, some of our game plan, things that we executed well. So that's what was being played.
Okay,
just to
fair.
confirm.
Well, that makes sense.
Completely unusual for football reporters to twist things to suit their own means, isn't it, Andrew Hayes?
I mean, all you can do is report on what you see.
Yeah, exactly. Josh, there was an interesting deposit made in someone's locker this week. Tell us about that.
Yeah, there was a certain individual that wanted to put a bird in another person's locker and thought he would get away with it until there was camera footage of him with his jersey on while doing it with the number 10 on, which made it even easier. So, Luke Pedler, you're an idiot.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, my God. Did someone go, let's check the cameras on that and see who's done it?
Yeah, and it was through the front door as well, so you were never getting away with
Oh, my
it.
God.
Wow.
So stealth.
Yeah.
So stealth from Luke Pedler.
Good shenanigans. Who's the biggest prankster at the club, by the way?
Him, Luke Pedler.
It is Luke? Because Ned McHenry gives it a crack, doesn't he?
He does. That's why he was the one who copped it.
Oh, right.
There's a bit
Okay.
of war going on.
Okay. Big job ahead up in Brisbane.
It is, yeah. They've
At home in Brisbane.
At home?
I mean, at home in Adelaide. You know what I meant, Josh.
You love a wrong location.
Don't I? No one does it better.
The amount of times, Josh, that Jody's turned up to the wrong stadium.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
I'm
Go
not joking.
Crows!
No, I'm not even joking. I reckon it was a Crows presser once that I went all the way to West Lakes for, and it was at Adelaide Oval.
Oh, no.
Yeah, good thanks.
Yeah, that's not good.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. They obviously had a really good win with 4 or 5 players that weren't even playing. So they did really well there, and they had one of those guys who played a whole VFL game and ate Maccas and then came and played.
What about
so
that?
was pretty crazy.
And then kicked the goal and debut.
And kicked a goal.
Yeah.
So
great
good to him.
Yeah. So for all those nutritionists out there who are like, you have to eat the right foods.
Yeah.
BS.
There's something
Smash
in
some Maccas, the key sponsor of the AFL, and away you go.
There's definitely something in that. Hey, Josh, no doubt you'd be up to date with what's going on because you're an avid Nova listener.
I am.
Saturday the 18th of May, I'm going to strap the skates back on and I'm going to play for the Elizabeth Eagles against Central United. So are you aware of what's been happening in the media at the moment with the Elizabeth Eagles?
I am aware. I'm pretty sure they were the team that lost by, 500 points?
Yeah.
The biggest
Yeah.
ever in
Yeah.
an amateur league.
82 goals. Can you imagine playing in a game and watching 82 goals go over your head?
I heard it was like 29 in the first quarter or something.
Yeah.
That's outrageous. Good start.
Ridiculous.
They were
Good start by
360 odd points up at three-quarter time,
God,
but they didn't take the foot off the pedal, did they, Hayesy?
They smell blood and got a real taste for it, didn't they?
So Andrew Hayes is going to play. Firstly, I want to know, how you think he's going to go 9 years retired out of the SANFL where he won 2 premierships. I want to know how you think he's going to go, and also, do you think you have a decent celebration that you can teach him?
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
Well, the main tip would be warm up because we don't want you doing any hammies or calves or quads. So make sure that's.
Have you seen those calves? You won't be doing those. They are magnificent.
What about the advice from Tim Ginniver, which was you're definitely going to do a hammy.
Yep.
So don't go hard before the game. Just
Right.
save it. You might as well do the hammy in the game than before the game.
True.
But it's a definite that's going to happen.
Good
That's
advice.
true. Yeah, I've got an old mate sketch. He was one of the guys that I've been doing my celebrations for. The bit of the commentators thought it was the crow, but it wasn't. That was
Yeah.
definitely
Is that based on sketch?
that was on sketch. So what's up, brother? That's definitely one that the kids love. So if you got around that,
What's
do
up,
that.
brother?
What's that,
Yeah.
brother?
They love that.
They say that at the schools when we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do.
that was going off. You channeled a bit of Mbappe as well, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, last year.
So how
was
does that
the
go
one.
again?
You just kind of jump up and then underneath.
Oh,
the
nice.
armpits.
Okay,
Can't
that's
do that
good.
if you're a girl. That is symbolic of something completely different.
Also, what I would say, Josh, is that when I do that, if you're going from motion to automatically stopping,
Yeah.
I don't want to do a double ACL.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, maybe we can whack together a video of some potential celebrations for you.
Yeah, nice. All right. Mate, thanks for joining us. And if we do have a message for your beautiful housemate, Jake Saligo, it's just to take it easy on the toilet.
Jakey, about to make a big mistakey.
Sounds like the toilet brush is there for a reason. Is that what we're talking about?
That's exactly right.
Anyway, good luck at Barnacle Oval on the weekend.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
In the news today.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Valuable information that we will bring you each and every morning. The top 3 stories from the past 12 to 24 hours. We've got it right here, right now, with the help of newsreader Abby. I'm going to go first this morning. Jim Chalmers has come out and said ahead of the federal budget, we need to make more babies.
Go off, Jim. I'm sorry, my beautiful wife, Cara, but whatever Jim Chalmers tells me to do, I'll do it. I will do it for the sake of the country.
I feel like with 7 children between us, we've made our contribution to the population growth in Australia.
Yeah, that's a
Don't
very
look at
fair
me.
Oh, abs. What have you contributed so far?
2 sausage dogs.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I gave birth to them.
call. That's a strange thing to give birth to, but
well.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm not sure about the theory behind this, but apparently immigration is set to decline. Therefore, we need to have more children internally. Also in the federal budget, job seeker is going to jump from the current $762 per fortnight for single people to $1,004 per fortnight. That's a rise of $121 a week. To
Wow,
look
that's
forward to.
massive.
So this confuses me. You might be able to help me out in this space, but aren't we crying out for childcare workers? Aren't we crying out for teachers and nurses? And aren't we crying out for people to build houses?
100%. We don't have enough space to house everybody.
Yes.
Nobody can afford anything.
Yeah.
Nobody's saving. Well, some people are saving money if you're lucky, but a lot of us aren't at the moment. It's a bit of a
It just seems
show
an
out there.
odd encouragement in the middle of a cost of living crisis to encourage people to have more babies that they can't afford.
And
Does that seem-
no baby bonus
Yeah.
either.
Okay. Yeah, politics, eh?
There you go, politics.
Got anything to contribute, Andrew?
It's a fun chat, but I dare say, ladies, we must move on. And unfortunately, we'll move on to something which is really, really concerning and quite disgusting, to be honest. Gold Coast Suns player Will Powell has become the second AFL player to be banned after using a homophobic slur during a game. It was during the Q Clash. He's been whacked with a 5-game suspension. This is what he said yesterday.
I hope that you take my apology sincerely as it's coming from the heart. Again, I'll just say I extremely regret what I've said and I'm extremely apologetic. In the future, I plan to be better by educating myself, and I know what I said was wrong.
This is quite an incredible space at the minute because Jeremy Finlayson was given 3 games. Will Powell's suspension is 5 games. So the AFL, quite rightly so, is really, really coming down harshly in this space. But yeah, there's a lot of questions still to be answered.
So he said a homophobic slur in their match against
Q-Clash.
Brisbane.
Q-Clash, yeah.
Yeah.
But don't know. I mean, everyone was like, well, what did what he say was worse than what Finlayson said? And I think the message is it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well,
I
fact
think
that
I think the message is the AFL are like saying, I don't care what you say, enough's enough. We won't tolerate it.
Yep.
It's a good thing.
I think the fact that it's the first thing to come to their heads to say instead of just, oh, you're an idiot or whatever. If that's the first thing to jump to their heads, that's a concern.
100% it is. But times are changing, Abs, for the better. So, yeah, interesting to see how the AFL handle, if there is another situation like this, how they would handle it. Hopefully, that is the last that we'll see of such situations.
5 weeks is a long time to sit there and think about what you've said.
Yeah.
It certainly is. Abs, what's going
It's like
on?
the naughty corner for toddlers, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'll be there for 5 weeks.
Big time.
I spent lots of time in the naughty corner. Now, this story has more twists and turns than... You remember that Channel 7 show, Revenge? I used to love that show. A Port Lincoln father... Do you remember Revenge?
No.
It was the best show ever. So a Port Lincoln father, we heard yesterday he had been arrested in Bali on drug offences. Now, more has come out overnight about what actually happened. So apparently Troy Smith had a package sent to him from Cairns to his villa in Bali.
Yep.
On there it said that there was some photos, a receipt, some private paperwork and a tube of lubricant. Now...
Maybe he was chafing in the thighs.
Possibly. That happens in
knows?
Bali, yes. Now, the inside the bag, it wasn't actually a tube of lubricant. It was a Colgate toothpaste container that had methamphetamine in it.
Classic.
Now, it's then also come out that he went and bought methamphetamine out on the street, about $400 worth. So all of this combined, the lawyer is trying to get him off and say he has a drug addiction issue and he needs to go to rehab. Don't imprison him. But like we said yesterday, he could be facing up to 12 years. And Bali have some of the toughest drug laws in the world.
Yeah, early prediction, he'd go in jail for a long time.
His wife was arrested with him as well, but she's since been released. So it's all on him by the looks of it.
So you have some odd conversations in newsrooms when these sort of stories break, right? Yes. The conversation in that newsroom yesterday was, was it toothpaste or lube?
Yeah. We need to know.
Someone just tell us, toothpaste or lube?
And then someone in the background's like, what's the difference? Heaps. Massive difference. I'm telling you. Don't ask me how I know that. Anyway.
You can catch our next guest hurtling through the air at any given time. Gymnasts, acrobats and platform divers, the pair are part of the tour de force that is Cirque du Soleil Lucia, coming to Adelaide's Wayville Showgrounds on June 9. Please welcome to the studio the bendiest people in the room from Cirque du Soleil, Nelson Smiles and Helena Merton.
Oh, guys, we could not be more excited to have you in the studio. So we have, what are you dressed as?
I'm a hummingbird.
Hummingbird and a monarch butterfly.
Yes.
In the studio.
And we were saying just before, Joe, it's as if it's not obvious that we've got a monarch butterfly in front of us.
Well,
I
I knew it was some sort of butterfly creature. Hey, guys, welcome to Adelaide for Cirque du Soleil. I'm so curious about the background and the process of you guys auditioning to become part of the show and how it all works. It's in Canada, is it not? It's based there.
Yeah, so it's a Canadian-based company based out of Montreal. I didn't audition, actually. I didn't think, because I went to the National Institute of Circus Arts in Melbourne, the Circus Uni, and Cirque came a couple of times to Clown College.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what just jumped into my head.
That's what I said when I left home. I hopped in my car at 6 a.m. I said, it's enough. I'm going to Clown College, and I drove away. But so Cirque came to do auditions at NICA, but I wasn't prepared. I didn't have an act. I didn't feel professional enough or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so I never did it. But they found me on Instagram. I would post all of my circus stuff online, and they needed someone that could do hoop diving, which is my specialty in the show. That's what the hummingbirds do.
Yes.
Understudy for the clown, which I do occasionally.
Okay.
And was tall, and so
here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. And what about you, Helena?
Yeah, I did a online kind of audition, like a video audition, and then I also did a live audition at the Big Top, actually.
How nerve-wracking was that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It was all filmed and sent back to Montreal to the headquarters so that they could analyse it and compare it to other candidates.
And I was telling Hayesy about this morning. One of the youngest to ever compete in the Red Bull.
Oh gosh, you've done your research.
Platform diving.
This is ridiculous. So platform diving, just tell us exactly what it is, but it's like super scary high stuff.
Yeah, it is quite high. It's around 21 metres.
Oh my God. 21. And you're jumping off that platform.
Yeah. So actually that kind of helped me with Lucia as well, because we have like a Russian swing act and we go really quite high and we're landing on a mat, not on water, so it's a little bit more scary in a way.
Does it scare you? Like what, when you're up there and you're waiting, you're just about to dive off, what's going through your head? Because I think for the standard person, it is let's not die today.
Most of the time you feel pretty prepared. You know, you've done all your work leading up to it, and I mean, you're a professional at that stage. So, but a lot of concentration, I would say, rather than fear. It's just really been concentrated in the moment.
And Nelson, there's a real water element to this show, isn't there?
One of the most special parts of Lucio. It's Cirque du Soleil's first touring big talk show to feature water. I was saying I understudy for the clown as well, and he has an awesome act where he interacts with, we call it the rain curtain, and it's 147 little valves that essentially 3D print the water, so they can use it to bring the water to life, kind of thing.
And just tell us a little bit about life on the road, because you guys are away from home so much. You travel just like literally years at a time, don't you?
Yeah, we did a year and a half in Europe, and we just came back from 5 months in Korea. And it's the first time bringing the show home, so that's super special.
Yeah.
Super, super special.
Yeah, 25 years in Australia as well.
Yeah.
We're going to be celebrating. So
wow.
Ticking them all off at once.
Do you get homesick, or do you genuinely just get used to this space? I mean, effectively it is work, but there's a lot of people, and you said, look, if you're heading off 5 months at a time, they probably wouldn't be able to handle it.
I think from memory, some people take their kids on tour, do they not? And then they school them on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And you've got your own little sort of village there, don't you, set up? Yeah, it's an incredible lifestyle.
It's like touring with your family kind of thing, because everyone is away from home in a sense, so you all kind of really bond and grow close with that.
I swear to God, when I woke up this morning, I thought I didn't occur to me that I'd have a conversation with a hummingbird and a butterfly. Genuinely didn't. It wasn't. No one saw that coming. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. The show is Cirque du Soleil Lucia. It's a waking dream of Mexico. It looks sensational. Can't wait to come and see you both in action.
Thanks for having us.
Right, let's reflect on the week. Jody's diary,
Sure.
What do you think?
Oh, well, it's just a collection of things that have happened during the week. We put them together, put a little bit of music to it. You know, it's no big deal. And then we smash play on it.
Always good for feedback. This is the week that was in the eyes of Jody Oddie.
Jody's diary.
Dear Diary, to kick things off for a Monday, we went Puerto Rican.
Bad Bunny is a Puerto Rican rapper.
Puerto Rican. It's never too early in the week for a Tassie joke. Colleen.
Yeah.
Colleen had you quite young then, Joe.
She did. Colleen had 3 kids under 21.
Oh.
Really?
I know.
What else are you going to do on Tassie though, Abs? You know what I mean?
Yeah, when there's no TV down there, what else are you going to do?
Or to be completely ageist, I had a, yes, I'm just going to say it, I had a 50th birthday.
Oh.
50th. That's where you're at.
I'm in 50th territory, you guys.
Yeah, wow.
That's okay.
Well, early night though, at least.
Yeah.
We said good morning to Tina, or was it Nina, or Lena? Oh, yeah. Tina from Munno Para. Hey, Tina.
Good morning. How you going?
We're so
and it's Gina.
Oh, Gina. Okay.
Gina.
Oh, so Tina with the G.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
We talked about our pets eating stuff they shouldn't, and Ali from Albert Park's pup literally is Snoop Doggy Dog. Ali from Albert Park, good morning. What's your pet get into?
Yeah, look, Wadu, I came home from work one night and my boyfriend ran out and said, be really quiet, be really quiet. Wadu's eating some of the special biscuits.
Oh, of course.
And I was like, oh dear. And Wadu was pretty sleepy to start off with for a few hours. And then he got the zoomies and started just racing around the farmhouse.
On Tuesday, we discovered that Florio milk cows are actual gangsters. Yeah. And Daniel, can you confirm the rumour that the Florio milk cows are elite? They're like just a cut above.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. But, and when you use them in a coffee.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a rumour going around that they get around in like gold chains and stuff and like gold teeth and just real homies.
Yeah, for some reason, Danielle, apparently they're genuine pimp cows.
During Songs to Song, Hayesy officially anointed himself an angel.
What's going on? At one stage there, I was floating above myself, watching myself, and what I could see was this aura, and it was angelic.
I'm trying so hard to be happy for you.
Oh, what a shame he couldn't take that sort of form into birthday payday.
Were you born, Lauren?
Yeah.
On the 2nd.
What? 5th.
The 5th.
By midweek, we were taking Subway orders.
go?
I need something between a 6-inch and a foot long. Something somewhere in between.
Yeah, I admit the foot long's a bit too much.
It's a bit too much. And I would be very happy if they did like a in-between one.
What about your Subway order? Oh, Jade, come on.
We learnt the long list of names you can't call your kids in Australia, and you can't call your kid iMac either.
Okay,
After
cool.
the old school computer. Also, baby cyanide is out.
Oh, cyanide, yep.
Here's another trademark one, Nutella.
Oh, nutsy. Yeah, of course. Why would that enter your brain as an option?
Cannot call your kids semen.
Of course you can't. Spogsy.
Nope.
No.
Or G-bang.
Thongers.
No. Can't call your kid Mary Joanna.
No, you can't.
Nope.
No. Blazer.
Or Medicare. Do you have your Medicare card? No, but I've got my Medicare baby. Finally, you cannot call your child, once you give birth, scrotum.
Scrotsy. You can't.
Finally, the dumb button had one job here in the Nova studios, and she failed miserably during the 6:15 vending machine. Who named the actor and character that said this quote?
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Who is that, Jake?
Is it from Rocky?
Yeah. And who is the actor, Jake? All right, we just had to drop Jake there because obviously he said something that isn't for little ears or big ears, let's be honest.
Now we're back in real time.
So to all the gangster cows, the Jakey and his big mistakey go off this weekend, kings and queens. All my love, Jody. Wrap it up for us, Hayesy.
All right, that'll do. We are the Eagles, the greatest team of all. We are the Eagles. We lost by 516 points last weekend. We're looking to turn things around.
That's okay. I volunteered Andrew Hayes to play.
Oh, the Elizabeth Eagles have been on, I'd say it's fair to say, quite the journey to start 2024.
It's a bit of a slippery slope. So the first 4 rounds, I think they've conceded around 1,400 points. Not the perfect start to the season, but hey, Crows were 1 of 4.
Hey, spot on.
And they've seemed to have turned things around.
Look, percentage could be an issue at the moment, but if we can turn things around, who knows? So I'm sniffing finals.
Yeah. We're talking baby steps here, and the first little step towards turning this whole season on its head is Andrew Hayes suiting up for the Eagles next weekend. Home game against who?
Against Central United. So effectively it's the derby because Central United is just down the road.
Yeah, okay.
Battle of the North.
Spicy.
Yes. Argana Park, 2:15 Saturday, 18th of May. We're going to have a big old celebration. Supernova's going to be there. We want to get as many people there as we can.
Absolutely.
Get behind the Eagles.
Yeah, 100%. Go down, buy a couple of pies, buy a few beers, really support the club and get around them.
What about the most famous player to ever suit up, one of the most famous juniors of all time, not just for the Elizabeth Eagles, but for Australian football?
Yes.
Is one of the most beautiful people on the planet, and that is John Platten.
Bloody Johnny.
So Platts, can you believe it? Back in the day, he was a young Elizabeth Eagle before he went off and won a McGarry medal, then a Brownlow medal, and then about 5 premierships for Hawthorn.
Sure.
So he's going to be there.
Yeah.
He's going to be getting right around everything. What about I called him the other day, Jones?
Oh, this is brilliant.
And I said, Platts, this is what we're trying to do. What do you reckon? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Whatever you need, let's do this. This is great. And I said, I might need to recruit some players. I'm thinking some ex-Centrals players. And of course, Platts played about 113 games for the Dogs before he went to Hawthorn.
Yeah.
And Platts goes, I've had a hip replacement. I've got a new knee and all the concussion stuff. I'm not sure about playing. We go, Platts, I'm not talking about you. You can't play. And he goes, thank goodness. I almost said yes there for a second.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Oh, my gosh. I just don't know how Mrs. Platten would go in that situation.
Well, not overly well.
If the rat came home and said, by the way, I'm suiting up for the old Elizabeth Eagles, my old mob, next Saturday. I'm not sure that would go down too well in the Platten household.
He's not going to play, but he will do everything and anything in his power to help out the team. So it is going to be huge. Not this Saturday, next Saturday.
Yes. All right. So we need you there to support and watch me most likely do a hamstring. It'll be hilarious, by the way.
Let's get ready to run. Ladies and gentlemen,
Battle of the Bangers.
It's it's fair to say that if Jodie was a team when it comes to Battle of the Bangers, well, she's probably the Elizabeth Eagles. But the best thing about Battle of the Bangers and football is that each week is a new opportunity.
Yeah. And you're only as good as your last banger, I guess.
Spot on.
That's what they say.
Yes, I don't know if you should be saying that given what happened last week, but I get what you're trying to say. Love that.
Okay, so the theme this week is comebacks. You're making a comeback for the Elizabeth Eagles. And I thought, okay, comeback in terms of music. Who's made the most comebacks? And it's without a doubt the king of the comeback, and that is John Farnham.
Makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, one of the most iconic Australian anthems that has ever been put together.
Yep. So we'd all written him off at about age 38. It's like, he's done. He's had Whispering Jack. He's had You're the Voice, this song. Nah, just came out of retirement several times over. Good on him.
Good on him. He'll come back again.
Sure.
Watch this space. That's a very, very good, strong tune, Jodes.
Thank you.
I've gone down this direction.
She told me to walk this way, talk this way.
You're probably sitting there going, how's this a comeback song? Well, quick little history lesson.
Make it quick, because it was really long the other day.
Aerosmith originally sang the song in the 70s. It didn't really do very well. Run DMC remixed it in the 80s, and apparently that basically relaunched Aerosmith.
Okay.
And post the remix from Run DMC, Aerosmith owned the 80s. So it was a big old comeback for Aerosmith.
So here we are. Still time to jump on the Jodie and Hayesy Instagram page and cast your vote, if you like.
I've got to say as well, it's extremely one-sided at the minute.
Don't say that.
You are on the cusp of breaking your Battle of the Bangers drought.
Don't jinx it, please.
If you want to ruin Jodie's day, like genuinely ruin her day, maybe her weekend, do the right thing. Vote for my song.
That's a really, really aggressively mean thing to say.
It is. You know what, it might be too far gone. It might be too far gone anyway. Do you know what, though? I'm genuinely happy. Yours is a great song. And I haven't heard You're the Voice for such a long time. I'm being genuinely sincere here.
Abs, can you please tell my co-host to stop talking? Please?
That's his job, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, not this much.
Sometimes he talks too much, though.
You think?
It's like, buddy, go into the ads, for goodness sake.
You're a real psych out, aren't you?
Get out of this.
Psych her out.
All right.
call him a psycho.
Jodie and Hayesy on Instagram. Get voting. Work perks. Let's discuss. Good morning, newsreader Abby.
Good morning. How are we?
Yeah, good.
That's good. As you know, I was scouring the internet for the latest and greatest across the globe.
As you do.
As I do. And I found an article about work perks.
Yeah.
And there's a company, Carmen's, you know, the bars that we all love.
Yeah.
I think producer Zoe eats cartons of them by the week.
I think she eats a wrapper as well.
Yeah, pretty sure she loves it. But I'm a Carmen's person now. I got some from the shops the other week. Love them. So
I'm a
she
Carmen's
something
muesli
good.
person.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird, but anyway.
It's muesli, mate. It's muesli.
Oh
How
my
is
God.
that weird?
Hey, what's wrong with Jodie?
I know.
She's serious.
What a weirdo.
Oh
It
my
must be a
God.
Tasmanian thing. Carmen's do this thing where they let people work not from home, but while on holidays.
Oh.
Now, you might think, oh, for God's sakes, who's going to do that? But if you have kids and you say, right, in the school holidays, we want to go to Bali for 10 days, you can say, I'm going to work 2 or 3 hours each day, get a bit of stuff done while I'm sipping a pina colada at the pool, and then you don't have to take as much annual leave. So it means that at the end of the year, you can have your full 2 weeks off over Christmas, New Year's, and their absentee level across the year is less than 1%.
Yeah,
People
right.
are not
Okay.
calling in sick as much because they've got the ability to work from wherever or work while on holidays.
Because everyone has someone in the office who takes the PI55 with annual leave.
Correct.
don't they? And with-
100%.
And with their sick days.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never taken a sick day in my life.
Haven't you?
Every workplace is one person like, what have they got, like 70 or 80 sick days per year?
I genuinely don't understand it. And also, hasn't I don't understand this. When I was a kid and don't start. When I was a kid and I was sick, Grandma and Grandpa would look after you and Mum would still go to work. Now, if your kids are sick, you can take a day off work.
I thought you were going to say you had one of those spinning wheels that you were just sort of following around, just sort of flicking, you know? Sorry. You set us up. Anyway, I don't want to derail.
Was work even a thing back when you started? Like back when you were...
Or was
a
it
kid?
more so just hunting and gathering?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too far. Come on. Straighten up.
Straighten up.
Anyway, I would say that if I'm a boss and I'm letting my employees work whilst on holidays, I don't think I'm probably getting the best out of them.
Well, but then on the other side of that, I'm doing better work when I'm sitting at the pool, getting a tan, drinking a cocktail. That's where my best work is done.
Okay.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of work perks, if you've got some good ones, please give us a call 13 24 10 or text us 0400 919 919. I had a previous workplace where I would help myself to a 6-pack of beer every Friday, just throw it in the backpack. I did that for a year and a half.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kane Corns used to watch and be like, good on you, mate. Go for it.
Well, what work perks Jodie, have you got any work perks?
Oh, so
that
back in the day at work, when I first started, obviously at Christmas when we had a bonus, if someone killed 2 rabbits out in the hunt, I'd get 2 of them.
There she is.
You guys are assholes. I actually hate all of you.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly.
Let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen,
Battle of the Bangers.
Oh, yes. A very, very one-sided contest at the minute. Battle of the Bangers. A space where 2 people just hate each other so aggressive.
I mean, I wouldn't have said hate. Dislike, maybe.
What are you talking about? You regularly say hate. At one stage, you were talking about, is there a word that I can use that's stronger than hate? I said, just hang on a second, Jake.
Okay, so this is the theme for this week. It is the greatest comebacks on the back of you coming out of retirement to play with the Elizabeth Eagles, of course. And I have gone with the wonderful John Farnham. This song should be the national anthem of Australia.
It's a strong song. John Farnham v. Aerosmith and Run DMC. This is the song that relaunched Aerosmith. Little remix by Run DMC.
Yeah. Quick Josh swap. We've gone from Rachele to Morrow. Jump in, big dog.
Oh, here he is.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, a little surprising update here. I was just speaking to the other Josh, our boss Josh, and he says that the margin on this, the largest winning margin we've ever had.
There were 2 occupants home at the time of the incident.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks, Abby. Just Abby in the newsroom.
Which incident?
Sorry. The space bar just slammed
hit itself?
No,
sorry,
my hand hit it.
If you've got something to say, why don't you just say it to our face?
Yeah, and also don't get police media to do it for you.
Sorry.
Oh,
the largest winning margin we've ever had
yes.
should be worth triple points.
I don't know about that. That's ridiculous.
Yep, they take it up with the boss.
That's not happening. Unless I've won. Hang on, do you want a drum roll?
I'd love a drum roll.
Please.
And it's Jodie on
it! What? Oh my gosh, how beautifully suited for the greatest comeback of all time. You got my chance!
Well, thank you. You happy for me?
I am actually happy for you. know what? Because it's a cracking song for a Friday as well.
I thought things were going to turn around when you implored people who liked you to make my weekend miserable.
I got you about 30 more votes, I reckon. You're fine. Well, there you go. The winning song for Battle of the Bangers this week by a lot of votes as well. You're the voice, John Farnham. Congratulations, Jodie Oddie. It's been a while.
I think it was 70% to 30%.
Yeah, crazy
I
stuff.
just said to you during that magnificent tune, this is what victory feels like. It's so foreign. It feels nice.
You really went off as well. Take this whichever way you want, but I think you dance like my mum.
That was a bit of a vibe in there, wasn't
you
it?
get those vibes as well.
Oh, really? Although I've seen Jodie Oddie on a dance floor and the hips get moving, so interesting.
Genuinely lost herself there for a second.
So did.
Into the power of music.
Well, I was sick of all the chatter in the studio, so I just turned it up and went for it.
Hey.
They're not mum moves.
Credit where it's due. Congratulations, Jodes. Outstanding victory.
Fitzy Fridays, Fitzy Fridays, da 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 da. Fitzy Fridays.
Long said this, Jodes. Best time of the week. Fitzy Friday. Ryan Fitzgerald, the beautiful, fearless, courageous Ryan Fitzgerald, joins us each and every Friday. G'day, Fitzy.
Magnificent Andrew Hayes, Jody Oddie. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you're so welcome. No, thanks for coming on. Hey, Fitzy, I'm not sure if you've heard about the plight of the Elizabeth Eagles in the Adelaide Football League.
Yeah.
Absolute joke. And, Matty Nick spoke about, losing structure in the team. They've obviously lost a lot of structure when they don't even have 18 players on the field. You can lose a lot of structure when you do that. And imagine being a defender and watching the ball go over your head 82 times, Jody. 82 times.
Oh, my God.
At least, Fitzy, if there's any sort of silver lining when you're playing defence for the mighty Elizabeth Eagles, there's a good chance you'll get 35 touches.
Hayesy, wouldn't you just not have a forward line and just put everyone loose in defence?
Oh, yeah.
Sack it. And real old school Sydney Swans flooding.
Yeah. I mean, they say that winning isn't everything, but getting absolutely flogged in every Saturday in your local sporting endeavour is an absolute nightmare, and it's honestly very demoralising.
I know what you guys are doing here. I know what you're doing. Oh, God, we need Fitzy at full forward to snag a lazy 15 or something and beat the next team.
Well, yes.
But my Copa Mundials are old, they're dirty, and no, my body is stuffed, so I can't step up and I can't fill in for Elizabeth. Plus, I'm a southern boy. They're northerners, man. I don't know if I need protection to go over that side of my passport.
Very true. Yeah. Very true. When the South and North meet, strange things can happen.
It's like South and North Korea, isn't it?
It is. So who makes that Kim Jong-il? I don't know who's over there on that side? That's that dictator.
Yeah, not really.
I'm South Korea.
Yeah, okay. So you can't line up alongside Andrew Hayes and play. What can you do to help the plight of the Elizabeth
I've heard
Eagles?
whispers about this, and well done, Hayesy. I really that's an amazing effort by you, considering how much you've let yourself blow out since you've
Oh my God. Guts dragging along the ground.
Yeah.
Can I be in charge of maybe motivation?
Absolutely, you can.
I mean, sure.
So I could rock up and just kick every one of the players up the arse if you want.
Yeah.
Or I've got contacts in the industry.
Okay.
Can you maybe leave it up to me?
Yes.
And I'll see if I can get some of the greats to try to motivate these boys next game.
All right.
I love that from you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
We were thinking, because some of your social media, which is epic, you've got a few characters on there, like Clem, for example.
Yeah.
I'm just maybe Clem could record a message for the boys. Who knows?
Can I want to be honest with everyone. I can't find Clem. No, I'm not joking, Jody. Snapchat's taken down the filter. I can't find it.
Oh, right.
I had so many more ideas for Clem, but it's gone. I don't know what's happened. It's
That's
gone.
tough.
That's a disaster.
And I've tried to find numerous deformed noses after that, and I can't find the filter.
Yeah, right. What about your good mate Dion? Is he still kicking about the place?
Dion's got a couple of ankle bracelets on at the moment, and he's in a fair bit of trouble. But we might be able to. And also Gordon. Gordon's quite forlorn, and he could be a part of it somehow. But leave motivation up to me, Hayesy. How's that?
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely, mate. We'll take that. Because you obviously got some nice big football connections as well. You know all the big dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I know huge names in the industry. Graham Corns, Stephen Rowe, Tim Ginniver.
I mean,
who else works in our building?
I'm pretty sure we know all of them too, Fitzy.
KG?
The boys need a pump-up speech from KG. That's going to get them over the line. 500-point differential. It's going to swing the other way.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
No, yeah. Leave it up to me. I'm on.
All right. We appreciate your involvement.
Beautiful.
And I mean, we'd love to hear from Dion, whose favourite pastime is doggy style over the bonnet of his Nissan Skyline.
100%. 100%. And wouldn't you know it, Fitzy, if that's a favourite pastime in the south, it's actually pretty popular in the north as well.
So there are similarities.
Yes.
There are.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Mate, skylines are universal.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. No, thank you. All right, well, okay, I'll see what I can do over the weekend, but it's looking good.
Beautiful. Enjoy your weekend, Fitzy. Thanks for the catch-up.
Fitzy. See you.
Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you.
It can be tough meeting your life partner these days. Just ask newsreader Abby and maybe producer Zoe as well. How are you, ladies?
Oh, thanks for that. It's a beautiful intro.
Not always easy, though, is it? But you're still finding for Mr. Right.
Yes.
Yes. It's an ongoing pursuit. Got some advice for you.
Oh, God.
Who would have thought, Jodes, that I'd be in a space where I'm giving advice on such a thing?
Or anything.
But I've been doing some research. An American woman living in Sydney has shared her tip for meeting other singles in the supermarket. Is that a thing? Claiming that putting bananas in your shopping trolley will signal that you're willing to meet someone. Yeah, that's right. That's how you meet Mr. Right.
I can honestly say, single or otherwise, I've never had an encounter in a supermarket.
100%. I don't understand this.
have I.
Is this a genuine thing? Apparently, it's been going for quite a while. This is the place where singles meet, at the supermarket.
No.
Oh, I can see it, but not the banana thing, right? I buy at least 6 or 7 bananas a week.
We go through so many bananas. The kids love it. So all
what
the time.
signals are you putting out?
No, but I'm saying more so my wife when she goes to the supermarket and she's got a tray chock-a-block full of bananas. What sort of messages is she putting
Maybe
out?
you should ask about that, Hayesy.
Right. I don't know how. I feel like when you go to the supermarket as well, everyone's almost at their worst. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like no one. Who dresses up to go to the
No
supermarket?
one. Tracky dacks, unless you're like going to the supermarket on the way home from work where you dress decently. I am always tracky dacks, t-shirt, cap.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I go after work to make sure I look half okay.
After,
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like my mother, Bindi, will do a full face of makeup for the shops.
Will she?
Because she says, and she's right, every time you go out looking your absolute worst, you see someone you know.
Yeah, that
and
is
it's
very
so true.
That is very true. And it might be an X too where you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is
Oh,
dumb. I
great.
don't want to look like this." Have you ever met someone at the supermarket, Abs?
Can't say I have, but I go through this weird thing with textures. So
Okay.
like bananas, I can't eat. I haven't eaten bananas for years because the
that's
texture
fair.
freaks me out.
Right.
So maybe I should just put them in there anyway, though. Make
Well,
banana bread with it or something.
readjust your texture usage, I would say.
Yeah, I'm going through the same thing with avocado at the moment.
You can't touch avocado?
Just the texture of it, the harder ones I can't deal
What
with.
sort? Well, what's that? The hard ones?
Oh,
no one likes? The
Shepherds.
Shepherds,
Oh,
yeah.
shepherds.
Yeah. They're like,
I go through this weird texture thing.
The shepherds are the sheen of avocados.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
your budget. Gross, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just
I think
on a
it depends
very
what
different
shops you go to as well. Like I'm from the dirty south, so probably don't want to be putting bananas in my shopping trolley down there. But if I'm house sitting for my sister in Crafers, then
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Oh, okay. I see
Might
what's
meet a
going on.
nice farmer or something.
Yeah,
I'll try
otherwise-
that out next week while I'm house sitting.
Wrong part of Adelaide, you probably attract a few fruit flies instead. 0400 919 919. Have you got some advice? These outrageous or random meeting places? Because the other thing is, if you're meeting someone in the supermarket, it's so lit up. It's such a sober situation. The
Yeah.
conversation. How do you even start a
Well,
conversation?
see, this is the thing. I would argue that supermarket encounters are the most awkward.
Yeah.
Like you'll have a conversation with someone in the fruit and veg, for example,
yes.
and then you're cruising down the cereal aisle.
100%.
Next minute, you've ended that conversation. You're done. Okay, nice to see
Hello
you.
again. Fancy seeing you here. Or even worse, you're looking for something to chat, and I can imagine being in a situation where I just sort of look at her trolley and be like, "Oh,
Yes.
toilet paper, eh? Doing some pooing."
And
she
this is
goes,
why you
"Goodbye."
don't. This is why you don't pick up at supermarket.
Oh my god!
But your wife is.